Hey curious kids, Kevin here. Today on A Place Called Space, we are going to be talking about northern lights. Yeah, those cool colors that you see in the sky at nighttime, we're talking about them today because we just found them somewhere else. We found them on a comet. Comet 67P, we found northern lights. So another name for northern lights is Aurora, because we find northern lights also at the South Pole. So they have to be called southern lights. So both of them together are called auroras. Now we found this on Comet 67P just recently, and that's from the Rosetta mission. Rosetta was a spacecraft that went out and flew by this comet and learned a whole lot of information from it. But hold on, what is a northern or southern light? What's an aurora? An aurora is when a bunch of charged particles from our sun shoot out into space. And then what we see here on Earth is all of those particles coming over to Earth, and they follow a path. Earth's upside down. They follow a path towards Earth. They come in, and then some go to the top, and some go to the bottom. We got the South Pole and the North Pole. And as those electrically charged particles are coming in way fast to Earth, they react in our upper atmosphere. And that's where we see the really cool shimmering streaks of we got red, blue, purple, green, and white in the North and South poles. Now the colors green and red come from those electrically charged particles interacting with the oxygen in our atmosphere. And the blue and purple come from the nitrogen that's in there. Now we have this thing called a solar storm. So let's get our sun back up here. A solar storm, have you ever heard of something called a CME? It means coronal mass ejection. It's big. Coronal mass ejection. Essentially, it's when the sun bursts, and it shoots out these electrically charged particles throughout all of space, and then we see them coming into Earth's atmosphere and creating those northern lights. So like I said, when the sun bursts, it doesn't just go only to Earth, it goes everywhere in space. It affects all of the rest of the planets and moons that we see out here in our solar system. So we've actually seen northern lights or auroras on other planets and moons. We've seen them on Jupiter, and we've seen them on Saturn, and also some of the moons of Jupiter. But this is the first time that we have ever found aurora on a comet. Those dirty snowballs that are flying around in space. Now, we can say we found them. Next, on to trivia. So the answer to last week's question of what is the name of my dog is B, Titan. Yes, he is named after the moon of Saturn, Titan. It's the only other place in our solar system that has a liquid on the surface. It's liquid, not water, but methane and ethane. Okay, on to this week's trivia question. What do we call a planet that is outside of our solar system? Is it A, an outer planet, B, a stranger planet, C, a rogue planet, or D, an exoplanet? Tune in next week to get your answer. Always be curious.